We're live. I don't know what the hell just happened. My internet went out. The internet comes back on and it says I'm live. I guess we're live. Did it just show me staring at the screen for like 5 minutes? I don't know what the hell is happening. If you're watching the replay, every YouTube guide says make sure the first 3 seconds of your video is absolutely fire. But I turn this on and instantly my internet goes out and it comes back on and just says I'm staring at the screen. No, it didn't. Okay, we're live then. I don't know what's going on here. What? Pretend like you didn't just see any of that. Welcome to the live stream. Today we are going to go over the biggest OpenClaw update in history. The biggest OpenClaw update in history just dropped. And we're going to go over every single thing you need to know in the most powerful AI tool of all time. We're going to be covering it here live. I'm going to demonstrate it all. By the end of this live stream, I'm going to answer all your questions, and you're going to know how to implement these wild new features. I will also get noise complaints from all my neighbors live on stream. So let's lock in and get into it. We're all here. Don't give energy to that. Don't give energy to what? My internet going out the moment I go live. Let's cover the new things. Let's cover it live. I've been testing it all morning. We have some major new updates. We're going to go through it all. I hope you guys had an excellent weekend. Leave a like down below. New OpenClaw update is live. Here are the big things. You want to know the big things? Here are the big things. Let's do this, actually. Let me pull up an Excalibur, and we'll reveal them one by one. We got a shelf. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, we got the new shelf. What do we think of the new shelf? Do we like the new shelf? Here we go. New OpenClaw updates. Big things popping. I got a big meeting in a couple hours. It's going to be massive. So here we go. You want the new updates? I got the new updates. You want the new updates? I got the new updates. Let's share the screen. Let's just go right into it. How do I begin a beginner study step by step? What? For OpenClaw, how do you become a pro step by step? How do I begin a beginner study step by step? You watch my videos. #1 AI channel on YouTube. #1 OpenClaw media source on planet Earth. You hit subscribe and you turn notifications down late. You're full of energy on a Monday. Well, how else are you going to start the week? You got to go balls to the wall to start the week. New OpenClaw updates. You ready? Update #1. I hate this name. Claw Hub. Such a sus name. Claw Hub integration. Full Claw Hub integration. It can find skills in real time and install them. Find skills in real time and install them. So let's do it. Should we demo it live? How does this work? $20 donation starting off the stream right. Worst. Thank you. That is very kind. Gimme. I'll give you whatever you want, Worst. I'll give you whatever you want. Alex, I love the content. Keep it coming. You should do a Udemy OpenClaw course. I have an OpenClaw course. It's in the Vibe Code Academy. Link down below. Full course updated every couple days. Every couple days I add new videos. Vibe Code Academy. Link down below. Full Claw Hub integration. Let's go to Henry. Hey, Alex, is the M2 Ultra 192 gigabyte 8 terabyte still a great option for LLM R&D lab? That is a good option. I would wait for the M5. At this point. The M5 is the biggest leap yet for AI work. It's going to be so much faster. It's going to get it a lot closer to NVIDIA. I would just wait for the M5 Mac Studio and just buy it the moment it comes out. I wouldn't get the M5 MacBook Pro. The reason why I wouldn't get the M5 MacBook Pro is you're paying a premium for it to be in laptop form. I don't believe there's any advantage to having an AI research lab in laptop form. I actually believe it's a bigger liability to have it in laptop form. So you're paying a premium for what I believe is not a better way to have an AI research lab. I'd rather have it on my desk, and then you can just like SSH in or screen share from your laptop. Like I prefer a Mac Studio and MacBook Neo setup than like a super powerful MacBook Pro setup. I don't really get the MacBook Pro, like spending $8,000 on MacBook Pro. You're paying a premium for a laptop. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't like community-made skills. Is this the official skills? These are the official skills from ClawHub. So let's do this. Let's go into OpenClaw. Let's talk directly to Henry. I hope there's going to be an M5 Ultra. There will be an M5 Ultra. I guarantee it. I put my life on it. There will be an M5 Ultra. You're just like paying a premium for a laptop, and in a laptop form, you're giving up on a lot of things. So let's do this. Say I want an image gen skill. This is one of the good parts, one of the good skills for OpenClaw's, image gen skill. We can do this in the CLI. Let's do this in the CLI. You guys ready to do this in the CLI? Let's do this in the CLI. New window. We're going to show you how to take advantage of the new ClawHub. The new ClawHub file. New window. When I click new window, open me a new window. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here's how you get new skills straight from the new ClawHub CLI. Straight from the new ClawHub CLI. Here we go. ClawHub search. And then whatever you want to search for. How do I switch that over? Salty. Switch over what? Alex is correct in the MacBook Pro. I use Screens app. I use iPad to turn on the screen in the home. Why do I want a MacBook Pro? Yeah, I have my lab on my iPad. You don't need an expensive MacBook Pro. Get the base version MacBook Pro. Get the base version, and then just buy a really powerful desktop that you can SSH into. Here's how you use the new ClawHub integration. And we got like 5 updates we're going to go through. Here. You go into your CLI. I'm using Ghosty, ClawHub, search, and then whatever type of skills you want. So say I want an image generation skill. You hit enter. It's searching. Boom. Boom. You get all the skills. You can see which one you want. You can install it. Which one should we install here? We can do, should we do a Grok Imagine? I don't feel like installing Grok Imagine. It's fine. We won't do Grok Imagine. Full ClawHub integration. Now, I will say this. This is really good when you're in Flow, in your OpenClaw. They have better security for this yet. What are people complaining about? We'll talk about security in a second. These skills are safe. I'd say the biggest security gap for OpenClaw at the moment is the skills, right? They're doing a much better job scanning skills now on ClawHub. I can't take that name seriously, ClawHub. I would recommend opening up the ClawHub website right before it installs a new skill and just checking it out first. There are skills that security checkers also. Yeah, they're putting these all through security checkers. Here's my workflow for skills. This is a good way of discovering skills. Here's my workflow for skills. Wow, Grok Imagine 10-second videos. I'm getting that. Yeah, as long as you have you have to have the premium XAI subscription now. My favorite way to use skills, unless it's like a really vetted, popular one, is get the link for the skill. Give it to your OpenClaw. I'm gonna go watch some ClawHub tonight. The name is so sus, man. Get the link for the skill, search for it on the website, and then give it to your OpenClaw. Say, what do you think of this skill? And then say, build your own version of this skill. That's my preferred way to use skills. There's some people that more fire from the hip. There's some people that more fire from the hip and just install every skill they see. I prefer to get the skill from the website and give it to my OpenClaw, and then have them vet it and build their own version, because then you know it's going to be safe if they do it that way. But you now have full integration of ClawHub into your CLI. So if you quickly need a new skill, you can search for it and get it installed. You're raw dogging random skills. I don't raw dog random skills. I vet them first with my OpenClaw. I wouldn't just raw dog every random skill. I have a Claw Hub tab on my mission control. It's basically a full UI for finding and installing new skills from a CLI. That's a good, I like that use case. Boom, I would take it a step further. I take it a step further. I just thought of something new. This is why my brain just moves on the fly here. Build a Claw Hub. Here we go. Jason McNabb, this combines everything together. Build a Claw Hub tab in your mission control that displays all the skills. And then instead of you have 2 buttons. Should we build this live right here? Maybe we build this live right here. Let's do this. I think this could be cool. This is the new best approach for skills. This is the new best approach for skills. Watch this. I'm about to show you the sauce. Watch this. I want to take advantage of this new Claw Hub CLI, but the way I want to do it is have a UI in our mission control that pulls all the most popular skills and allows me to search. Then I can click them and get a description. Then I have 2 buttons, one to install it. And here's where we're going to get spicy. Another button for you to analyze it. And then another button for you to make your own version of it. So it's 3 buttons. It's truly 3 buttons, right? So this is, look at this, and build this alongside me. If you're watching this and you got your Telegram up, build this alongside me. We're building our mission control together. Everyone's like, oh, give me your mission control. Give me your mission. We're building it together. This is a live building our mission control session together. You and me holding hands, kumbaya. We're building it together. Here we go. I want to take advantage of this new Claw Hub CLI, but the way I want to do is should I put this prompt? I'm going to put this prompt in the chat so you guys can just copy paste it. Boom, there it is. Copy and paste it from the chat and give it to your OpenClaw. I want to take advantage of the new, but you also have to be on the latest version of OpenClaw. You have to update your OpenClaw. Just say, hey, update to the newest version of OpenClaw. Jensen on Lex Friedman was just released 2+ hours. I can't wait to listen to that. Although I'll say this. No, I'm not going to say it. I want to take advantage of this new Claw Hub CLI, but the way I want to do it is I have a UI in our mission control that pulls all the most popular skills and allows me to search. Then I can click and then get a description. Then I have 3 buttons. There we go. Boom. Literally took a screenshot of it and posted the prompt before you. Ha ha ha. Oh, good job. Wow, that was pretty smart. You all in like 3 seconds, you screenshotted it and then got the text from like an AI or something. When you're building a new bot, is it a new agent in OpenClaw being created as well? Well, there's multiple concepts there. Uza, Dinama, yes. You can have new OpenClaw's and you can have new sub-agents. And there's reasons why you'd want to do each. If you want an agent that has its own skills, its own memory, its own context, you make a new OpenClaw. If you want sub-agents that are quickly spun up and work in parallel but have the same kind of context and memories as your original OpenClaw, then you do a sub-agent. Yes to Crypto has been, thank you for starting up month 2 in the FinFam. That's great. Thank you. Love this. A Claw Hub Marketplace tab right in the mission control. Let me scope it out. Search bar, top, grid list of skills, click a skill, runs Claw Hub, analyze, make my own questions before I build. Data source, club, search, returns name, score, but it's not much detail. Want me to scrape Claw Hub for richer listings or just work with the CLI? Do we want to scrape Claw Hub for richer listings? Claw Hub search just returns the name and the score, but not much detail. Let's answer these questions. How about you just use the CLI? Then when we click on a skill, you quickly get the skills. Is that the best route, or do you have a better option? Now the button, should I install, actually run it immediately, or stage it for your approval? Analyze and make own would ping me on the Telegram with the request. That work? Don't even know what you asked, but I'll say that works. Number 3, where the mission control? A new tab alongside the existing ones, new tab. Number 4, tech. Mission Control is Next.js convex. Should I add a convex table to cache scale listings or keep it lightweight and just query ClawHub? Cache. Query ClawHub. Query ClawHub. All right, there we go. I don't want to sound stupid, but why do you not just use Claude Code instead of OpenClaw in general? Just code a mop which lets him connect to other providers, use channels, dispatch, etc. Says AED, FD, 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 SA, SSD, who literally just went into YouTube, clicked create a new account, and then just pounded his keyboard as quickly as possible to put in a username. The reason being is they are just two completely different tools with two completely different purposes. OpenClaw is an open source, open garden, general AI agent that is willing to do anything on your computer that you'd ask it. Willing to interact with any app, any tool, SSH into other computers, and do whatever you need. Claude Code is a closed source, ton of guardrails, vibe coding tool. It's a fantastic one at that. It's a fantastic one at that. But if you, for instance, I'll give you an example. If I tell my OpenClaw to say, find my DJX Spark on my internet, on my network, go into it, download the latest version of open source Quen, install it on the computer, run it, and then build an AI lab on top of it, OpenClaw will say, yes, ma'am, and then go and build it. No questions asked. I'll come back 10 minutes later and it will be done. It will find a way to go into my DGX Spark. It will go on the DGX Spark, download the model, run it, and then build a whole bunch of software and functionality on top of it. If I instead went into Claude Code and asked that same thing, there would be 100 different guardrails that would stop me from getting it, that would block me, ask for permission, wouldn't work. I'd have to use Claude models for it, right? It just wouldn't happen. When you go into OpenClaw and you say, do this thing for me, it figures out a way to do it. It builds its own tools. It builds its own skill sets. It grabs other tools from the internet. It just finds a way to get done digitally, whatever it is you want to get done. With Claude Code, it doesn't do that. But if you wanted to write code, it does do that very well. So I use it to write code. But it's not the type of thing where I can be on the go in Japan, think of an idea for an app, go on my phone, go on Telegram, text it, hey, find the DGX Spark on the network and build that entire thing out for me. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. I mean, they're just two completely different things. They're two completely different things. Nice. Claude and Spec is everything we need. Flow on it, coding agents, building the skill, got everything I need, spinning up the coding agent. So just as a side note, as import video to Mission Control Nav, just so as a side note for people here, I have it, and this is another thing you can't do in Claude Code. Whenever I ask it to code something, my OpenClaw, which is powered by Opus 4.6, excuse me, I just kind of had an inhale hiccup type of thing going on there. Is this live? What was this? Did someone just ask if this is liver than your balls? What are you talking about? This is live. This is a live stream. You think I'm lying when I said this is a live stream? Whenever my OpenClaw does code, it spins up a sub agent that uses ChatGPT 5.4 because it's significantly cheaper and faster than Opus to do. No sound. What do you? Okay. Shut up, permanent under class. I'll ban you. You're paying me $9 a month or whatever my membership costs. I'll ban you. I am not afraid to ban people giving me money. It spins up a sub agent that uses Claude or uses ChatGPT, and it builds things with ChatGPT, which saves me money. And that's not something you can do in Claude Code. You can't say, hey, Claude Code, spin up a sub agent that uses ChatGPT to build this thing out to save us money. My OpenClaw confessed he can't build a bot, plus all the lies he is fake. Well, what model are you using? Rachel Nagaba? What model are you using? My bet would be you're using a stupid model. That would be my bet. Claude does have mobile remote now with dispatch. Does that change your opinion? What about Claude Code channels? No, that doesn't change my opinion. And listen, before I get into this little soliloquy, I think Claude Code's a great tool. I truly believe Claude Code's a great tool. In the top, I think it's a top 3 software ever released, Claude Code. I love Claude Code. Anthropic, please don't ban me. But these mobile remote, dispatch, Claude Code channels, first of all, terrible naming. You don't know what any of these things mean. But second of all, they're all kind of like, I don't want to say half-assed because they're not half-assed. They put a lot of work, but they're just not as, they're trying to do what OpenClaw is doing, but they're a little bit more janky and it's split into 3 different things. Like, what are we doing here? Dispatch, remote control, Claude Code channels. If you were to survey every Claude Code user on planet Earth and ask them what the difference between those 3 things are and what those 3 things do, my bet would be 2% of them know what the hell the difference any of those 3 things are. They don't work quite as described. They're not reliable. I mean, I can go on my phone anywhere in the world, go on Telegram, message my OpenClaw and say, build this for me. And it just finds a way. I come home to my computer and it's built. It finds which computer to put it on. It figures out which hard drive to save the code to. It just figures it out. With Claude Code, and again, I think Claude Code's amazing. There's just, and this is why open source is going to win. There's just too many guardrails. There's too many guardrails to make it a general agent. There's too many guardrails to make it a general agent, right? You try to do something, it's just not going to do it as smoothly as you think it would, right? That's why the Telegram integration isn't as smooth as you think it would be. That's why the remote control isn't as smooth as you think it would be. There's just too many guardrails Anthropic has to adhere to make it as good as OpenClaw. OpenClaw doesn't give a fuck, right? It's open source. It's owned by OpenAI now, but OpenAI hasn't put any guardrails on them. Peter Steinberg can build anything he wants out of OpenClaw. Make it any hacky solution he wants to put out there, he can put it out there. And that's what makes it great. That's what makes it great. The fact that it's so dangerous and crazy in the Wild West is what makes it great. The people saying, oh, I don't want to use it, it's too dangerous. You're an idiot. That's why it's great. If you want the sanitized version, go with Claude Code, but you're just like everything you do, there's going to be asterisks and there's going to be reasons why you can't do it. If you use Claude Code as a coding tool, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. I love Claude Code. It's one of the greatest things that ever happened in my entire life. But like the people going, oh, Claude Code just killed OpenClaw, that's the stupidest thing ever. Saying Claude Code killed OpenClaw is the biggest self-tell ever. You're just saying, I have no idea what I'm talking about. I have never used OpenClaw seriously. And you're also basically saying I don't use Claude Code seriously either because you didn't use the new features. You just see a tweet that says, oh, you can talk to Claude Code on Telegram now, and you go, oh, OpenClaw's over. There's so many people that like they're too chicken shit to use OpenClaw, and they hate that other people are like becoming successful off OpenClaw. So all they do is every video is just, oh, OpenClaw is dead, because they want OpenClaw to go away. And they don't even use the damn tool. They barely even use Claude Code. But they're so pissed other people are getting successful on OpenClaw that they have to try to tear it down every opportunity they can because they're idiots and chicken shits. DM Bergino 199 super sticker. I don't know what a super sticker is, but thank you for the 199. I assume you giving me a 199 super sticker means I'm getting $1.99 out of this transaction. That'd be my assumption. Do I also get a sticker with it too? Is Google going to send me a sticker for you giving me a super sticker? What is the difference between a super sticker and a donation? Is one just free money, the other's free money, and I get a sticker? What is a super sticker? But thank you. That me not knowing what you just sent me is not a sign of me not caring or me not being appreciative. I'm very appreciative. I don't know what you just gave me, but I'm appreciative of it. You met with a $1.99 just donation, just sent me $1.99, no stickers attached. I kind of want a sticker with it. If I'm getting stickers with it, if you're going to send me $1.99, make sure you're sending me a sticker with it. I don't know what the difference is. We are so early and grateful to be a part of your community, Alex, says Patrick Keep It 100. Thank you, Patrick Keep It. It's very kind to you. It's nice when people mix in with the trolls just to, hey, we appreciate what you're doing. Alex, you are hilarious. I am learning it. You guys are fucking doing tricks on it today. I love it. Thank you, Seda Shakri. I appreciate that. What's your community? The world. The world's my community. I do not know what I gave you either. That's what she said. Ooze Monday with the $1.99 donate. Whoa, $1.99 is the popular. I love that. $1.99. Super stickers, you get 70%. YouTube gets 30%. What do I get on regular donations? Is it like 50-50 with regular donations? What's the difference between the two? What are the models you are using and for what? Says Antoine. Mark Antoine Blackburn 3690. That's a great username. Should we check out? Okay, let's do this. Here's the next two things. We're going to check. The anti-trolls are winning today. And I love that. Anti-troll is winning today. Would you offer a one-on-one to help me get OpenClaw set up? Says Nick Sen. I have like a one-on-one tier in the Vibe Code Academy. You get like we meet like every month. I'm probably going to take that offer away in like the next week or so, just because I have too many one-on-one meetings now. It just takes up so much time. It's hard to manage. So I'm probably taking that away. So if you need a one-on-one meeting, that's probably the best way to do it. Otherwise, I don't know. Screw it. All right, let's pull open. Let's do this. Let's see what we got. Let's see if it built. Let's see if it built on it. Okay. Let's see if we got the new skills tab. So for those just joining, we got a lot of people join over the last 10 minutes. We're going over the new features of OpenClaw that just dropped. The live stream's popping off. We got 944 people in here. Everyone leave likes down below. If you leave a like down below, if you're a dude, you'll become a way better lover. If you're a woman, I don't know. What are things that women want? I don't know. What do women want in this world? Anyone here know women? What do women want? They want, I don't know. Claude won't ban you. Anthropic won't ban you for using Claude in OpenClaw. So leave a like in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Leave a like down below. Now, women, you're not getting banned. Men, what did I promise men? Oh, you'll become better lovers. There you go. All right, let's see what my Henry did. What did my Henry do here? On-it coding agent is building the skills tab now. I'll create the API route, blah, 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 blah. Install and run Melee. I'll let you know when skills tab is built and ready in Mission Control. 3 files created, the API route, skills view. Fire up Mission Control and check out the new skills tab. You should see the marketplace grid with search, sorting, and install. Okay. Mac Studio 128 gigabyte or Spark DJX for local. If you want to, if you're going 128 gigabyte, it depends. Do you care more about inference, right? So just straight up running models and that's it? Or do you want like kind of a AI lab where you're like training models? Where you're like training models and fine-tuning models and things like that. If you're more on like the fine-tuning lab side, go the Spark DJX. If you just want to run models that serve your OpenClaw or whatever, then go with the Mac Studio. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got in Mission Control. Mission Control. Boom, we got a new skill screen. Let's do this. Let's make it so it fills up the screen a little bit more here. Fill her up. Image. Search. Let's see. Can it find? Okay, so we got a little. What happened? Anti-gravity image generator. What happens when I click it? What happens when I click a skill? Can we get a Discord and OpenClaw together, please? Can we get a Discord and OpenClaw together, please? What does that mean? Like you want me to create a Discord? I'll say this. Everyone's asking me to start a Discord. I understand if I started a Discord and put a ton of time into it, like it would be great marketing for me. Like it'd just be good for me to do. It would advance all my goals in the digital community. But has anyone here managed a Discord before? It freaking sucks. It sucks managing a Discord. It's not fun because you always get trolls and idiots in there, and then you have to sit there adminning it all day. Like, who wants to spend all day in a Discord, man? Who wants to spend all day in a Discord? What if we start a FinFam? I'll be honest. I have a Discord. I have one. I don't go in it. It's just too much managing a Discord. If you want to manage a Discord, I have a Discord. Do you want me to share the link for the Discord? There is one. I'm sure it's the Wild West in there. I'm sure it's just a bunch of crypto links of people shilling horse crap. It's like managing Discords are one of the most like mentally draining things you can possibly do. Is managing a Discord. Managing a Discord is one of the most mentally draining things that have ever happened. That you could ever do. Here we go. Invite to Discord. You want the link? Here you go. Here's the link. Expires in 7 days. And also, has anyone ever been a part of a Discord community that survived longer than like 3 months? I feel like the life cycle of every Discord community in history is you start it and everyone gets really excited and the Discord's popping off. And then 3 months later, it's dead. And like every day, it's like the Discord get like less and less people are in the Discord. And then 3 months later, it's dead. Like, has anyone ever seen like a Discord that long-term has been good? Actually, your Discord's humming along fine with the few of us regularly posting. Oh, okay. Well, I guess my Discord's fire then. Whatever. Join the Discord. I just put the link. Can I pin it? Is YouTube pins things a thing? Delete, put user ban. No, I can't. I can ban myself if I wanted to. I don't know. I put it in the chat. Find it. I built Discord. Like, do people really want to hang out in Discord all day? All right, let's go on. I clicked on a skill. Like, that's the thing people want to do, is just hang out in Discord. Anti-gravity image generator. Okay, so as the name of the skill shows you downloads, installs, stars. Wow, and you can see this skill in here? All right, I hope you guys ran that prompt I gave you. Look at this. This is cool. Oh, okay, let's see what happens when I click analyze. Analysis requested, anti-gravity image generator. What happens when I click analyze? What does the analyze button do? What's Discord? Ask your mom. Hard Lens Media has an active Discord for 5 years. Hard Lens Media. What the hell is Hard Lens Media? I don't know what that is. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what that is. Manus with a $2 donation. Yeah, DC for everyone. And we share useful stuff. What? Yeah, Discord. This is you saying you want a Discord? Thank you for the $2 donation. Jay Morris, 7965 with a $10 donation. No message. Thank you, Jay Morris. It's very kind of you. When you hit analyze, it writes a request file to which I pick up. Then it pulls the full request source code, reads it, tells you in Telegram what it actually does. So what, are you going to send a message to me? Basically, code review, relevance check. I just hit analyze on something. What's going to happen? You're going to message me here. Going to message me here. All right. So look, we built our own UI for the new skills hub, the new skills CLI. We built our own UI for it. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It has the scores and everything in it. Build your own. This is the beautiful thing about OpenClaw, right? This is the beautiful part about it, is you can just, anything you do, anything you want, you can just hack it together and build it yourself. Anything you want. They put out a Claw Hub CLI. Oh, I'm going to build my own Claw Hub user interface. It's sick. This should be your mindset in OpenClaw. We're going through all the new updates in a second. We'll go back to all the new updates. There's a ton of new updates, so stick around. We got a ton of new updates. But this is the sick part about it. This is the sick part about it. It's like anything that happens, anything you're doing, any software you're paying for, you can just go to OpenClaw, hey, build your own version of it. And it builds it. Look at this. I have my own Claw Hub built out. One prompt, I have my own Claw Hub built out. I run a few Discords in my OpenClaw running. It took away 99% of admin. Henry can run it free. What does that mean, though? What does that mean? Your OpenClaw runs a Discord? What does that mean? That people, what does that mean? Like, it sounds good, but what does that mean? I don't know what that means. Your OpenClaw is running a Discord. Alex, why would you do Discord? Have Henry create a sub agent to handle. Are you really Alex? But like, what does that mean? I don't know what that means. What is an OpenClaw running like? Is it what replying to everybody? I don't want you talking to Henry. Any opinion on running OpenClaw on PC? Yeah, it's great on PC. Chris Wade 2324, the $5 donation. Thank you very much, Chris Wade. Yeah, it's great on PC. That shouldn't be an excuse. Thoughts on Hermes? I'm running Hermes right now. I've been using it quite extensively for the last week. There are things I'm impressed with that I think they're doing better than OpenClaw, and there are things I think they're doing worse than OpenClaw. I haven't come to a final conclusion yet on Hermes. I will have a final recommendation probably in the next week. I'm talking to the Hermes team now to like try to figure out fixes to issues I'm having. Hermes, I don't know, Channel. So we'll see. My main issue I'm having is whenever the compactions seem so much more like violent than OpenClaw's compactions. Like OpenClaw, it'll have compactions and I won't even know it. And like the conversations will keep flowing. It'll work perfect. When Hermes has a compaction, it's like a nuclear bomb. Like you'll be in the middle of a conversation, it will have a compaction and be like, hey, bro, I don't know who I am, who you are, what the hell is going on in this world? Where am I? It'd be like it woke up drunk in like some random stranger's bed and be like, whoa, what the fuck just happened? So that's like, I mean, that's pretty much a deal breaker for me, to be quite honest. So I'm working with the Hermes team to try to figure that out. I'm using Opus 4.6 for it. Like I'm using like the best model you possibly can do, but like the compactions are just so like crazy. I don't know. It's like a deal breaker, the compactions, but I'm working with the Hermes team to figure out what's going on there. If that's fixed, I don't know. It could be better. We'll see. I mean, but what it comes down to is like, it might be sick. Some of the things it's doing with like creating its own skills is awesome. But at the same time, like OpenClaw has like NVIDIA engineers working for them now. So like NVIDIA is just throwing resources at OpenClaw. So I don't know. We'll see. Wait, what was that last message I just had up here? So tired of OpenClaw pretending to build something, but never. What model are you using? Hacktivator. My guess would be is you're using ChatGPT as your model. That was a big issue I had with ChatGPT, where for OpenClaw is it seemed like the model was actually smarter than Claude, and it was way more performant. It was way faster than Claude, ChatGPT 5.4. But the one thing it would do that was a total deal breaker is it just wouldn't finish tasks. It just wouldn't finish them. Sometimes it would pretend to finish. It didn't know how to finish tasks. ChatGPT and OpenClaw just did not know how to find the finish line. What are we building today? All right. So we built the Claw Hub. Let's go into the second update. Let's go into the second update that's in the new OpenClaw update today. What do you guys think of the new setup, by the way? You guys about this new setup? Like with the shelf and everything behind me in the plant in the leather chair. I know, I came up with it. Kind of leather chair, shelf, plant. I don't know what to put on the shelf. I'm just taking random shit from around my apartment and putting it on the shelf. I have literally no idea what to put on the shelf. This is just random shit from my apartment. That's my grandfather's old clock. That's a very valuable clock. He was a clock collector. So I have like all these clocks around my apartment. Very valuable clock. Recognize that clock. Bought that plant over the weekend from Anthropology. I don't know. I think it's decent. All right, let's go back into it. So new updates. First update was the full Claw Hub integration. Next update from the massive OpenClaw update today is /BTW. /BTW. What is /BTW? Total what peeps, total monthly cost running OpenClaw. This is like my number one question I get. Listen, you just got to pay it. You have to pay it. It's expensive. But this is the most important, powerful, valuable tool in the world. You need to make the investment. Yes, you create bots to manage the Discord the same way you create a bot application to talk to agents and channels and DMs. So what's it going to do? It's just going to read every chat message and reply to every chat message. How do I make it to stop people from posting like crypto stuff in there? $9.99 from JMWWWWW. I am completely new to this. I got a Neo and got OpenClaw. I tried the MacBook Neo over the weekend. It was sick. And got OpenClaw, but I've burned $200 in Claude API in 2 days. I've never coded before. Am I hopeless or what do I do? Need advice as a total novice. I'd imagine you're using Opus. If you're using the API for Claude, just use Sonnet. Just switch it to Sonnet. I think you can get away with using ChatGPT. I think it's going to be really smart and performant. It's not going to get things done the same quality, but it's up to you. I'd probably switch to Sonnet to save money. Have you used that chair before? Yeah, I sit in and read in it. Codex 5.3 works okay. Opus is amazing. Agree compaction loses nuances and sometimes real feature requests. I haven't had, new setup alert. You guys, did I show you guys the new setup alert? Did I show you guys the new setup alert? Here we go. Here we go. New setup alert. We figured it out. It took forever. We got threading in Telegram. So if you're having a lot of issues with it missing nuance, I'd highly recommend setting up threading in Telegram where you have topics for different topics. What you do to set this up is you create a new group chat in Telegram, add your bot to the new group chat, and then you can create topics in the group chat. And then you have to change the privacy. You have to go to your bot father and change the privacy settings to enable group chat something. It's like actually quite confusing. It was really confusing and annoying. I'll make a video on this week. I'll make like a here's tips to make your OpenClaw amazing video. And I'll show you how to do this, but you got to have threading and it makes it so the compactions are less violent and you don't lose as much nuance when you have everything split into topics. Okay, /BTW. /BTW. You guys ready for /BTW? Should get a lobster on the wall. I was thinking that I should get a lobster for the shelf. Put books on the shelf. I gotta buy like bookends. Okay, thank you. Thought it was me with the fake out on task being done. Are you using ChatGPT? The chair's a little cuckish. What? Alex, my Claude jumped to 7% after 2 short messages due to 150K token session content. Is this normal? Should the reset session or compact? Here's one of the biggest issues I've ever had with OpenClaw. This needs a fix. It has major session bloat. OpenClaw has this is like the #1 issue with OpenClaw. It has major session bloat. So if you go in and you have a lot of cron jobs, every cron job creates a session. So every time, wow, I finished the coffee today. Usually I leave like this much. I finished it today. Holy crap. Woo! So if you're anything like me, you have a bunch of cron jobs, right? You have a bunch of cron jobs doing things 20 times a day. Every time a cron job runs in OpenClaw, it actually creates a session, just a record of a session and like what happened in that session. And that gets stored in context. So if you run 20 cron jobs a day, like I do, I run at least 20, I'm probably closer to 40 cron jobs a day. There's just scheduled tasks in OpenClaw, right? That's 40 new sessions being created every single day and put into context. And every time these new sessions are created, it gets sent with every message you send to OpenClaw, which does many different things. One, it ramps up the amount of tokens you're using by a lot. And 2, it just slows all your shit down. It just slows all of that down. And so what you want to do, if you've seen some performance issues with OpenClaw or your shit's getting more expensive, go into your OpenClaw right now. You can do this live while we're on this live stream. The way I want you working on this live stream is you do stuff while I talk, right? So go on your OpenClaw and say, hey, check out the amount of sessions we have saved in contacts. Anything we can clean up there. I did this one time. It cleaned up like 90% of the context and sped up my OpenClaw tremendously. I wish Peter would code in some sort of like auto cleanup for sessions. Not every cron job needs to be stored in sessions. Like, and people are going to start hitting this soon, and people are not going to know. It's not intuitive. People are not going to know what to do. So I'd recommend everyone do that. This is my favorite question in the world from Ponetastic. Ponetastic. How are you actually making money on Claw other than YouTube? I don't know why the U is, why is the U in quotes? Like, I'm not a real human being. How are you actually making money on Claw other than... I get this question all the time. Every time I post about OpenClaw on X, the number one reply is, yeah, but how are you making money on it? What apps have you shipped? What products have you shipped? And this might be a good faith question, Ponetastic. Most of the time, it's not good faith. Asking me how I've made money on OpenClaw is like your friend who owns a business, they hire a new employee, and the first question, hey, I just hired someone on the team, and your first question you ask them, okay, how much money have they made you? What apps have they shipped? Like, is that the point of an employee, is to ship apps? OpenClaw isn't, you're looking at OpenClaw in the lens of like Claude Code, right? Claude Code, the whole point of Claude Code is to build apps and ship them and maybe make some money. Who knows? That's not the point of OpenClaw. The point of OpenClaw isn't build apps and ship apps. The point of OpenClaw is to optimize your life, improve your workflows, automate the things you don't want to do. The measure of that isn't money made, although it could be if you want. The measure of that is just how much more you get done, right? Because if you have your own digital employee optimizing workflows, automating things for you, I can do so much more. And I have been able to get so much more done. I've been able to basically automate Creator Buddy, where new features are being shipped autonomously. I've been able to ship an entire community that's now the most popular AI community on the internet, Vibe Code Academy, that's mostly being managed by Henry. I go in there and I do boot camps every week and create content, but Henry's able to automate a lot of the things I don't want to do. I'm able to work on another new unannounced product that I'll be announcing very soon. I'm able to plan that all out. I'm able to plan out a live boot camp me and Ray Fernando will be doing in a month. All autonomously. All without me needing to sit there and type all day. So how are you actually making money on Claw? I'm able to get so much more done. How do you measure the revenue of that? I don't know. You tell me. The amount of money I'm making is definitely going up a ton. Can you attribute that to OpenClaw? I mean, you can, because it's making everything easier, but like asking, oh, you use OpenClaw, how many apps have you shipped? It's like the weirdest metric ever. If I wanted to, I can go in Claude Code right now and ship 40 apps. I can just go, hey, build me 40 apps and put it live. I have 40 apps shipped. Does that mean I actually did anything? Does that mean I was actually productive on any sort of level? No. But like, it doesn't, the people asking, oh, how many apps have you shipped and how much money have you made off of it? That's such a weird metric. That's like going to the McDonald's and they said, oh, we just hired someone new. And then you go, how much money have you made off that employee? It's like, what? I don't know, but they're making the business better. They're making the McDonald's better. I don't know. It's just like such a weird, it's such a weird framing. So many, I'm not saying you're a straw man, Ponetastic. This might have been a good faith question. You were genuinely curious and not like trying to like straw man all of OpenClaw with this question. There's a lot of people on the internet that are just straw manning all of them. Everyone's saying they're on OpenClaw, but I don't see any apps shipped. Like there's just like straw manning the entire concept of OpenClaw. I don't know if that's what you're doing. You might not be. This might be a good faith question you're asking here. But there's just like so many people that are like so stupid and have zero idea how to use OpenClaw. So they just go around straw manning. Show me how anyone's made money. How are people making money around here? Hey, how much money? You just said OpenClaw. How much money are you making? Show me your wallet. How much money have you made? It's like, first of all, the thing came out 5 minutes ago. Second of all, that's not the point. The point's to automate your life. You know how I measure this? I measure it by how much Crimson Desert I can play while still all my business lines growing. That's my measurement. I would prefer you, Pwntastic, ask me how many hours of Crimson Desert I played this weekend. That would be a better measurement of how well I'm using OpenClaw, is how much Crimson Desert I played this weekend. That would be a better measurement. I would respect that question more. I would respect how much Crimson Desert have you played this weekend more than how much money have you made or how many apps have you shipped. Are you sponsored by OpenClaw? I mean, paid? Yes. A free open source tool is sponsoring me. A free open source tool that makes $0 and is not monetized in any sort of way is sponsoring me. Bella Castron. You're right. Yes. The answer to that question is yes. They're paying me tremendous amounts of money. Tremendous amounts of money. Every couple weeks, Peter Steinberger writes me a check for like $50,000. He's like, thank you for getting so many more people on this free open source tool. Here's $50,000. That's my business relationship with OpenClaw. But please don't tell anybody, though, because I want to keep this relationship going with them. So don't tell anyone. They're paying me tremendous amounts of money to use their free open source tool. Big open source has been known to be paying influencers a lot of money. Is it worth keeping a Mac Studio M3 Ultra? Is it worth keeping it? What does that mean? If you have to ask that question, the answer is no, because that means you're not using it well. If you have it and you have to ask if it's worth it, just return it. Return it. BTW. $2 donation from Manus. Claude can detect crypto scam stuff, block losers, etc. Oh, that's pretty good. Maybe I'll do it then. Someone named Ultra Mac just joined the Vibe Coding Academy. Ultra Mac. Mac Ultra? Ultra Mac? Ultra Mac. Mac Ultra. If you're wanting to use Anthropic, use your subscription token. Okay, /BTW. You ready? /BTW. Second new feature here. So second feature we're going over in this massive update, massive OpenClaw update. Massive OpenClaw update is /BTW. This is a good one. I like this. Didn't you tell everyone they need to be using Discord? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Did you just jump in halfway? Did you just jump in halfway through the conversation? Shut up. Shut up. If you join halfway through the conversation, don't butt in. Did you just say J Morris 7965 with a $10 donation? I'm currently up to 10 DJX Sparks. What? Open source build 90% of Claude 4.6. And yes, another 10 bone for you, sir. Jay Morris, what the hell are you doing with 10 DGX Sparks? What kind of madman AI lab you building over there? Thank you for the $10 donation. What are you building over there, my dude? What are you building over there? I want to hear it. Let me know. Alex, you're wrong. Cron jobs do not equal new sessions. I mean, you saying that is like me saying, no, you're wrong. The sky's not blue. The sky's not blue. You're wrong. The sky's not blue. I mean, I know it's true. Cron jobs do not equal new sessions. My OpenClaw was going very slow. I said, why are you going very slow? It said, we have trillions of sessions from all the cron jobs. I said, delete them. It said, okay. Then it deleted them. And now it's fast. So unless my OpenClaw is completely diluted, and then I went and made a tweet that said, hey, guys, your cron jobs are creating tons of sessions. Delete them. And then everyone went and delete them. Like, oh yeah, you're right. Everything's faster now. So unless me and thousands of other people are wrong, then I don't know. What's the status of your productized Henry? More on that soon. $10 from Jesse Durnan, 8135. Do you think using OpenClaw with 5.1 codecs for the brain and DeepSeek locally is a good combo if you're trying to make things like full-fledged indie-style video games? Well, 5.4 is ChatGPT 5.4 is significantly better than 5.1 codec, so do that. And DeepSeek locally, I think it's a solid combo. I think that's a good one. Note he asked the question because so many YouTube influencers make money on YouTube but not make money doing what they say they're doing. Well, first of all, I'm not going to attack anyone who's educating others with content, right? Like you don't go to professors or teachers and go, oh, well, you're just making money talking about this. You're a history teacher. You didn't actually go in history and fight in those wars. You're just making money off talking about history. Or you're a math teacher and all you do is just talk about math. You're not discovering new math formulas. Like first of all, I don't see anything wrong with that. But just as a side note, like I'm about that life. I shipped an app by myself a year and a half ago. It's at 300,000 ARR. I've started the businesses. I've built the products by myself. I've been in tech for 12 years. I managed a team of tech consultants at a major public tech company. I'm about that life. I'm not just a talking YouTube head. So, but either way, I don't think there's anything wrong with being I don't think there's anything wrong about being an educator. I don't think there's anything wrong with being an educator. The people who attack it's such a weird thing. It's such a weird thing to me. Oh, you're teaching other people. Fuck you. What? Dude, that boot camp with Ray. Yeah, we're going to do a live boot camp in the Bay Area. We're going to do a live boot camp in the Bay Area. It's going to be sick. Are you happy? Am I happy? I don't know. I'm like in the middle. Sometimes I'm happy. Sometimes I'm in the middle. Sometimes I'm above middle, and sometimes I'm below middle. And that's life. What is the expectation? I should be up here at all times, like super happy at all times. I'm just kind of in the middle, like 95% of the time. And then like 2.5% of the time, I'll OpenClaw will do something really cool. And then 2.5% of the time, OpenClaw won't listen to me and I'll go below happy. I feel like if you're trying to do anything but like if you're trying to be up here at all times, it's kind of a weird thing. Like you should just aim to kind of be down the middle at all times. And sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're sad. I feel like that's life. If you were above the median at all times, like if you're happy 24/7, are you actually happy? I don't know. $5 donation from Brian Pearson Paramotor. Cron job output does not get inserted into context. It's stored in that sessions file, which gets read parsed by the system. That's where, isn't that what I said? Did I not just say that? I thought that's what I said. Is that what I said? How are you making money? I use it as an assistant to help me scale my time. Done. Yeah, I mean, I could have just said that, but I wanted to make a point. Love the content. If you change your primary model, I want to switch from OpenAI to Claude, but don't want to break anything. I use Claude Opus. I've never changed the model. I always use Claude Opus. And switching your model won't break anything. All OpenClaw's is a bunch of markdown files on your computer. How do you get it to scan X? I'm unable to. X is blocking as a bot. You use the X API. It is good faith wink, says Pontastic. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I didn't mean it as attacked. I didn't mean it as attacked by you. We get it. Move on. Ban user. How do you get the OAuth to work with OpenClaw smoothly? My tokens keep expiring and I get error messages. How do you get OAuth to work with OpenClaw smoothly? My tokens keep expiring. I don't know. I get this complaint a ton, like the OAuth doesn't work. It just works for me. It just works for me. I don't know how to debug OAuth issues for people. I plugged it into the OAuth a month ago and it just works and it hasn't stopped working since. If it doesn't work for you, then switch the API and pay for it. I love your mimics, dude. What's a mimic? Alex Finn is the Tim Dillon of AI. I love Tim Dillon's a great podcast. He's gotten a little too political lately, I feel like. There's a Tim Dillon era where like he just like told funny stories and it was great. Now everything's politics, which I feel like that's kind of the arc for most comedians and entertainers is like you get popular and then you're like, oh, I'll just lean on politics because that's easy to do. Not to shit on Tim Dillon, but I mean, I think he's my favorite comedian, so I'm not shitting on him, but it's just like, I don't know. I wish there were comedians that not everything turned into politics, you know? $5 Justin Holmes. People may ask about if OpenClaw is making money because there are so many YouTube channels that plug anything and everything AI just for views and money. People may ask about OpenClaw is making money. I don't know. I think people always resort to, yeah, but are you using, yeah, but how are you making money? Because it's just like the easiest straw man out of all of them. Like, just anytime someone talks about something, you can just be like, oh, how much money have you made? And then you like, it just makes them look bad if they say none. But like, that's not the point of this. So it's just a very easy straw. It's like, it's a very easy way to put the conversation in a framework that makes the other person potentially look bad when it's like, that's not the point of any of this at all. Bob, yo, Alex, I signed up for the school yesterday. I haven't watched a boot camp yet, but I did buy the $200 max plan for Claude. I appreciate your help. Vibe Code Academy, link down below. We're now up to 1,200 people in the Vibe Coding Academy. We're the biggest AI community on planet Earth. Live boot camps every week, full video series. Vibe Code Academy, link down below. I got 2 Sparks. I'm thinking about getting a second Spark. If anyone has a good use case for 2 Sparks, let me know. What's your favorite type of cron job, Alex? Is it just me or the UI graphic display just harder for agents versus code logic with the $10 Canadian from Dave B. Galloway, GM 1566? Is it just me or the UI graphic display just harder for agents versus code logic? I'm going to be honest, Dave. I don't understand the question, but I appreciate the $10 Canadian donation. Thank you very much for that. How do I get in the boot camp in the Bay Area? More details on that soon, Tesla Rob Robotaxi. Did you get the white wrap on your Cybertruck? All right, BTW. Let's go over BTW. BTW, new feature in the new update. You can now, in any of your chats, I love this. Let me set the stage. Let me take a sip of water. Are any of you guys ever deep in the mud with your OpenClaw, going back and forth, having conversation, planning out an app or planning out a workflow, planning out an automation? You're deep in it. And then you see it, you're on the side on your phone, you see a tweets about some other thing. And you're like, oh shit, I want to ask my OpenClaw about this. And so you're deep in this conversation with your OpenClaw. And then halfway through, you ask about this other thing. And now all your context and your flow is kind of messed up because now your OpenClaw is jumping all over the place to these other things. Ponetastic, that wasn't a personal attack on you. That wasn't a personal attack. That was a personal attack on everyone else but you, Ponetastic. I appreciate you, Ponetastic. And now you're jumping back and forth in the stream conversation. They came out with a fix. You can now do, in the new update, /BTW and then ask anything. What's a good app idea you have? Whatever. /BTW. Then you can ask any question you want. And it won't store it into context, whatever you ask. It won't use any tools. Basically, it'll just make it as a lightweight one-off question you can ask that doesn't ruin the flow of the current conversation you're having. So I can hit enter. It does the /BTW. And now it's going to go And it's going to have this kind of like side conversation we're going to have. It's not going to mess with context. It's not going to use any tools. It's not going to use up a ton of tokens. It's just kind of this side conversation, which is like, I was doing that all. I don't know about you guys. I was doing that all the time. Like I'd be in the middle of these deep conversations and then something will pop up and I'll be like, oh, let's talk about this real quick. And then I'll try to switch back. And now the context is all these 5 different things. /BTW. I think this is a great update. How do I get in the boot camp in the Bay Area? More details. I just answered that 5 seconds ago. I'll just, more details soon. Can you show us using OpenClaw right now to do something productive other than an automated task? Didn't we just build something earlier in this stream? We built, just rewind the live stream. Just rewind it. Or click on my channel name and just watch any of the last 500 videos I made. Hi, Alex. We run an entire fintech through OpenClaw, high token usage. If we get banned from subscriptions, it will be catastrophic. Worth switching to API. Will open source hit Opus level soon, says Fio Carrillo. Why will it be catastrophic? You would just make a new account and just switch the API after. If you get banned, just make a new account. No? Wouldn't that work? I don't know. How is Chung's not in here talking mad? I think that's the first one Chung's has missed in like a year. Just joined Vibe Coding Academy. Looking forward to all the courses and training. Appreciate it, Patrick. I'm going to put a bunch of local AI stuff in there this week, probably in Vibe Code Academy. Thanks for joining. Link down below. Alex, ignore. You are joyful versus happy. Yeah, I am joyful. I wouldn't say, I mean, what is, I don't even know what happy, I'm going to be honest. I don't know what does that mean to be happy? Does that mean I walk around all day like this? I'm joyful. I wake up excited to get on my computer and build cool shit with OpenClaw. I wake up excited to get on live stream and talk to you guys. I'm full of joy. I'm full of joy. Alex, where's the Mac Studio benefit over the Mac Mini? It's better hardware, so you can do more stuff. Did you try training with Mac Studio, or is it just the DGX Spark? They're starting to add some features to Macs, like some software that allows you to do things like fine tuning. But I don't think it's going to get serious until the M5 Ultra comes out. They clearly built the M5 Ultra with like AI workflows in mind. Opus costs too much though, and switch to Sonnet. Alex, thank you for your content. You helped me start my OpenClaw, and I've got it doing things I never imagined for my business. Having so much fun. Thanks for making it seem easy, accessible. Says Demo. All the people, how many apps have you shipped? How many apps have you shipped? How many apps have you shipped? Just read this guy's comment. Just read this guy's comment. All right, should we move on to the next feature in the big update? Should we move on to the next feature? We did BTW. We did the new Claw Hub. The next feature in the big update from today that we're going to cover. You guys ready? I feel like I'm doing a good job with showmanship on this one. Building anticipation for the next features. Here we go. So we did full Claw Hub integration. We built out our own Claw Hub dashboard so we can find skills easily. /BTW so you can start side conversations very easily. The next big feature is adjustable thinking for subagents. Did I spell adjustable wrong? Adjustable? That's not how you spell adjustable? Oh, adjustable. Whatever. I don't care. Autocorrect has gaslighted me these last few months. Like, it's like, I could swear I spell things right, and then it's like, no, you spelled it wrong, and I know I spelled it right. And by the way, that's the proper use of the word gaslighting. That's the proper use. So many people use the word gaslighting wrong. I just use it the proper way. I just use gaslighting the proper way, for the record. Most people use it as a substitute for the word manipulate. It doesn't mean manipulate. It doesn't mean manipulate. The words gaslighting and grift are the two most overused words, used the wrong way 95% of the time, words of all time. DGX GB300 workstation, 97K. Get ready to say, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to come. RJ Johnson, $10. Good quote. If you can smile, then things go wrong and say it doesn't matter. If you can smile when things go wrong and say it doesn't matter, if you can keep a happy face when all around are blue, then have your head examined, but then if there's something wrong with you. Yeah, I like that. $10 donation from RJ Johnson. You're allowed to get, I don't think the definition of happiness is you never get sad or angry. It's human nature. You're allowed to get sad and angry as long as you're in the middle 95% of the time. And sometimes you're happy and sometimes you're sad. That's life, baby. I feel like the over the last 10 years, there's been this like weird thing where everyone feels like they need to be happy 24/7. You don't need to be happy 24/7. You're allowed to be just like in the middle. You're allowed to be sad. The moment you try to optimize and be happy 24/7, 365, you're going to get more angry and sad than you've ever been in your life. Just kind of fucking live life, you know? You don't need to be happy 24/7. Hey, Alex, is the M3 Ultra Max with 256 gigabyte of RAM and 16 gigabyte SSD good enough for local LLM run and never use cloud APIs unless necessary? Should I wait for a new update? Let's clear this up, Andrew Giorgi. Because you buy a maxed out Mac Studio, and this is, I'm not talking directly about you, just in general. Local technology, local AI technology is not at the point yet where you can rely fully on it for all tasks and workflows. We are simply not there yet. Even if you spend the 10K, even if you spend 100K on the DJX workstation right now, it's still not good enough to do everything locally. Open source technology, open source models just aren't there yet. And so the goal with buying expensive compute right now is to offload the workflows that are appropriate for local models to those local models, right? And to enable workflows that you can only do with local models. Let me give you an example, Andrew Giorgi. So I have 3 Mac Studios here. 3 Mac Studio 512 gigabytes, 3 of them. I also have a Mac Mini and a DJX Spark. I'm still using Claude Opus as the orchestrator, even with all this hardware, because local models aren't good enough yet to be orchestrators. But I have Qwen 3.5 running on multiple of these devices, and I have like 20 scanners going right now on the web collecting data for me, autonomously 24/7, 365. Collecting data on different things. I can't reveal it just yet. More information on Henry coming soon. Collecting different data for me. I also have Qwen writing code for me autonomously at all times to improve this other app I'm building. Can't talk about it. That's something you can't do with cloud models. You can't have a cloud model going 24/7, 365, pulling data for you from the internet. It'd be too expensive. It'd be too expensive to do it. So local models have their place, right? There's certain workflows you can offload to it. There's not only certain workflows you can offload to it, there's certain workflows it does better than cloud. The 24/7, 365 use cases, right? So you don't buy a Mac Studio with the idea, okay, I'm going to do everything locally. I do believe we're 6 to 12 months away from being able to do that. I do believe in 6 to 12 months, we will be able to do everything locally. But right now at this moment, if you go local, which I think you should go local, I think everyone should be going local. Don't set the expectation to do everything locally. You're going to do a hybrid approach. You're going to do a hybrid approach. Cloud as the orchestrator, local as kind of your workers. And then I do think in the next year, we're all going to be able to have everything local, everything done locally, everything private and secure for free. I think we're within a year of that. But I think you should be experimenting with local now, even though you can't do everything locally for many different reasons, including just education, experimenting, tinkering, learning. Do you think NVIDIA would ever partner with Apple? No, they're mortal enemies. I don't know if people knew this, but NVIDIA and Apple are mortal enemies. Did people not know this? There used to be NVIDIA chips in Apple computers, and then Apple didn't like the way one of the NVIDIA chips were performing in one of their computers, and they like ripped it out and they blamed NVIDIA. One of their like 15 years ago, they released like a Apple computer, and people didn't like it. They didn't like the performance. They thought it was like buggy and bad. And Apple blamed NVIDIA and ripped out the NVIDIA chips from the computer. And NVIDIA hated that. And so they haven't worked with each other since. So no, I don't think they're ever going to partner. They hate each other. /BTW equals queuing. No, it's not queuing. It's just side conversations. /BTW, if you use /BTW in OpenClaw in their new update today, you're just starting a side conversation that doesn't mess with your context or use any tooling or anything. So like if you're deep in a conversation, you can be like /BTW, then have like a side convo. And then when you're done saying /BTW, you're back in the conversation. So you're not messing with context or anything like that. Thinking of swapping from a M2 8GB MacBook Air to the M5 24GB MacBook Air and swapping it to be my main OpenClaw PC. That way I can run at least one or two LLMs on it locally. I was talking about this earlier. Misreclusivity. That's a tough one. Misreclusivity. I don't recommend using laptops as a AI lab, running local models, things like that. I don't recommend it. There's many reasons why it doesn't make sense. It's you're paying a premium for the laptop form factor. One, that's a negative, like that doesn't make sense. Two, from a heating and thermals perspective, it doesn't make sense as an AI lab. I would much rather you buy like a Mac Studio or a DJX Spark, build an AI lab on a desktop in like a tower or something, and then you can buy like a cheap ass like MacBook Neo if you want, or a new MacBook Air if you want, and then just use that to like SSH or screen share into your AI lab. I don't think there's any advantage to doing an AI lab and running local models on a laptop. In fact, I think there's a lot of disadvantages to it. The people who like when they announced the MacBook Pro and they ran out and bought the MacBook M5 Max with like 128 gigabytes RAM, I think that was a lot of people just trying to like make a tweet, fire off a tweet. Look what I just bought. It doesn't make sense as a AI lab, the MacBook Pros or any laptop for that matter. Doesn't make sense. There's no advantage to having it in a laptop. If you want to run local models on the go, just buy a Mac Studio and then buy a cheap laptop and like screen share from it or SSH into it. It doesn't make sense to buy really expensive laptops on any level. What's the current draw on that many? You know what? Yeah. Okay, we talk about the latest update. Fio Carrillo, you've sent that message 10 times. I've already answered it. Stop sending that message over and over and over again. Alex, did you see my super chat? Says RJ. I'm like 10 minutes behind on the chat. The chat's insane today. The chat is like going crazy today. $9.99 from Creotroni. Thank you for all your help. Can you explain the best coding model setup? I use OAuth with GPT. Claude Code has been the best, but what's the most cost-effective way? OAuth. If you want the most cost-effective way, ChatGPT Pro is the most cost-effective way. The $250 a month, you get way more usage. If you want to go cheaper, you can do the $20 plan and get plenty of usage with ChatGPT. Listen, I got to blow my nose. 1 second. Everyone cover your ears while I blow my nose because I'm not muting. I was recommending Codex the last couple months. And then I used Claude Code for the first time in a couple months last week, and I loved it. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm back on Claude Code. And then I was using Claude Code over the weekend, and it was just doing something so stupid for me. It just couldn't figure out this problem, and it pissed me off so much. I switched back to Codex. So I'm officially back on Codex. Probably what will happen is over the next day, Codex will do something stupid. I'll be back on Claude Code. It is what it is, but that's life, baby. Thanks for the $9.99 donation. Most cost, I mean, you're going to get more usage out of Codex. A lot of people would argue Claude Code's better, but I don't know. People have different preferences. Can't wait for my GPT sub to come through so I can thoroughly test it. I email or I DMs the OpenAI guy that's been in contact with me. I'll DM him again if you haven't got it yet. All your emails in the OpenAI guy's inbox, and we've been chatting. So I'm going to say, hey, did you get it set up yet or nah? Couldn't agree more. I've offloaded as much as I can to local. It doesn't compare to what Claude, Opus, Sonic can do. Still always running out of tokens. $5 donation from Recliner. Yeah, I mean, hybrid approach is the approach. Thank you for the $5 donation. Canadian Recliner, Canadian. How many agents run on one Mac Studio M3 Ultra? I mean, as many as you want. Depends what models you're using. Okay, latest feature. Adjustable thinking feature number 3 added to the newest OpenClaw update. Adjustable thinking for sub agents. What does that mean? You can before, whatever your main model was, say you're doing Claude with high thinking or ChatGPT with high thinking, every sub agent it spun up would use the same thinking level, high thinking, extra high thinking, whatever. I gotta drink more water. I'm getting a little lightheaded. Now you can actually adjust the thinking of sub agents. So for me, I have sub agents that go and scan the web for very specific pieces of content or pieces of news. There's no reason for those agents to be having high levels of thinking if it's just going and searching for something on the web, right? So now you can go in and you can ask your OpenClaw for all our sub agents that do this specific thing, or just all our sub agents overall, use low thinking or medium thinking. And that will save you tokens and money. So you now have adjustable thinking for sub agents in OpenClaw. That'll save you money, time, make it more performant, faster. Big feature. I implemented that this morning. Big feature, saves you a ton of money and tokens. Do digital nomads just plug their hardware in at their parents' place and zoom off to Bali? LOL. This could be something I regret saying, but my first thought whenever I hear someone move to Bali is, what scam did you do? I know that's wrong. I'm not saying every influencer who moves to Bali is a scam artist, but my instant gut reaction when someone says, oh, I'm now a nomad, I'm moving to Bali, is, oh, so you're a scammer? And like, listen, that's wrong. That's wrong for me to think. That's wrong for me to think. I shouldn't be thinking that. And I shouldn't be announcing it on live streams that that's the way my brain works. But I think Bali, and it's like, why did you go to like one of 3 countries in the world where they can't extradite you to America? Why did you do that? Why did you go to a country that has like absolutely tremendous amounts of pollution in the water and food supply? And it's like one of 2 to 3 countries that they can't extradite you. Why is that? I'm not saying everyone who lives in Bali is a scammer, but I'm just saying that's what my gut reaction is. That's all I'm saying. Listen, if you're watching, you live in Bali, I'm sure your life's great. I'm sure everything's great. It's warm. Congratulations. And you're paying what, 2% taxes? That's great. And you're getting like food poisoning every time you drink the water? That's fine. That's just the way my brain works. I don't know. Maybe it's wrong. It is wrong. I shouldn't be thinking like that. That's just like my gut reaction. That's just the stereotype for me when someone says, oh, I moved to Bali. $10 donation from J. Gavin Ray, $10. Yeah, it seems that Anthropic and OpenAI are doing A/B testing with their models some days because Sometimes the models are amazing. Yeah, like yesterday, Claude was trash for me yesterday. Trash for me yesterday. You ever start talking to your AI like it's like, do you ever start talking to your AI in a way where if your chat logs leaked, you'd be canceled? I did that yesterday. I was saying some things to Claude yesterday where if they leaked my chats, I'd be canceled. I'd be canceled. I'd be demonetized all over the place. No one would want to be hear from me, see me. I would be a bad. Yeah, my image would be destroyed if my chat logs leaked last night from me talking to Claude. It was doing such stupid stuff. It was doing such stupid stuff. When did the new update release? I just started my OpenClaw last night. Love the content. Alex is JCNY718. I think like 5 hours ago. I'm a digital nomad and I can confirm, yes, that is exactly what happens. I mean, I'm like a digital nomad. Like, what is a digital nomad? What does that mean? Digital nomad? Does that mean you just move around a lot? Does that mean you just rent an apartment? What does that mean? I'm a renter. Am I a nomad? I live in California. I live in California. I pay like 90% taxes. It is what it is. I'm close to the action. I'm close to the action with AI in San Francisco. I'm close to the action. It's the middle of March right now, and it's like 90 degrees and sunny out. I'll pay a few points extra tax for that. Sorry. I know that's the people on X will go nuts when I say that, but it is what it is. Ray Fernando in the house. Ray Fernando. Me and Ray. Ray, can I announce it? Me and Ray doing a little bit of a boot camp in a few weeks. A little bit of a boot camp. It's going to be big. Sign up for Alex's Vibe Coding Academy. Link down below. Link live boot camps every Friday. Full video courses out the wazoo. You hang out with me. You can ask me questions live. Vibe Coding Academy. Link down below. Join it. Over 1,200 people. Bali is cheap for Aussies. I don't know. I feel like I've watched a lot of videos online of people who moved to Bali and they're like, every time I drink water, I get food poisoning. I don't want to put those stereotypes. I've just seen like, I don't know. I probably just pissed off every person who lives in Bali that watches this live stream. Whatever. Whatever. Cali is the best along with. Do people realize California is like the most beautiful nature in the entire world? Does anyone know that? Do people know that? Like, are people aware that if you go to California, everything you see blows you away? Anyway, let's go on to the next feature. Forget Bali. I've been a nomad for 3 years. Thailand is the best. Thailand. I like Thai food. Is Thai food in America the same food they serve in Thailand? I don't know. Idaho better. All right. Should we go to the next feature released today? Next feature released today. Let me pull up my notepad list here. Different models for sub agents. So now you can do something like this. You have ChatGPT 5.4 as your brain, as your orchestrator, and then you can have like 5.4 mini or nano as a sub agent. So you can say, hey, whenever you code, use a sub agent, and for that sub agent, use 5.4 mini to save time and money in tokens. That's big. So for instance, again, I have scanners going out, scanner sub agents going out and doing things and scanning things on the internet. I can have it use a smaller, cheaper model for that. That's huge. That's huge. That's a new feature. That's a new feature. So if you got sub agents, you got doing things and you need to save money, you can lower the thinking and you can have it use things like the new ChatGPT 5.4 mini, which is brand new. 5.4 mini and nano they just released, I think like yesterday. ChatGPT is real shit on OpenClaw. Yeah, I mean, I've been saying it. Claude's the best for OpenClaw. It is what it is. Opus is the best. The issue is Anthropic's like banning people left and right. Listen, I like Anthropic. They make incredible products, incredible products. Claude is an incredible product, but man, I don't know. It kind of feels like the banning people left and right thing is going to eventually catch up to it, right? Banning people left and right, that's a move you can do when you're on top. When you're on top, you can ban people left and right. Anthropic's on top when it comes to like the quality of the model for agents. But you slip up, man. You better hope Claude stays on top, because the moment Claude ain't on top anymore, it's going to be tough to be banning people left and right. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Right? It's like the Patriots, man. I'm a Patriots fan. When we were on top, you can come at us left and right. You can say whatever you want when we were on top. But the moment Brady went to the Bucs and we were at the bottom of the division, man, people weren't too nice to us. People weren't speaking too nice about the Patriots when Brady left. I love GPT 5.4 as my claw brain. That's what everyone's talking about. It's good. I used 5.4 as my brain for a couple weeks. There are many things it was better than Claude at. Many things. I thought it was smarter. I thought it was more detailed. I thought it was much faster. I thought it was more cost efficient. The big issue, though, and this was the deal breaker for me, it just didn't finish tasks. It just didn't finish tasks. It didn't. When you tell Claude to do something in OpenClaw, you can be 100% certain the next message you'll get from OpenClaw is done. When you send a task to ChatGPT 5.4 in OpenClaw, you can be confident the next message is, hey man, not working, sorry. Couldn't figure it out. Couldn't figure it out. If you're doing business planning, fire. If you're doing brainstorming, fire. But the moment you have it do any sort of complex task where it has to get something done, is I don't know, man, didn't work. Whoopsies. Deal breaker. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Huntington Ave misses you. My college was on Huntington Ave. Boston all day, baby. Worst weather in the world, but never will live there again, ever again. U.S. government isn't happy with Anthropic. I wonder whether that will factor in. I don't know, man. A lot of people in Anthropic's pissing off. It seems like 5.4 is a bad brain. Use 5.3. I was having the same issue with 5.4 and 5.3. For some reason, 5.4 does not understand tool calls fluently enough outside of codecs to handle its way for 5.3. They need to figure it out. I bet they'll come out with a model specifically for OpenClaw, would be my guess. 1 million context windows now default for Opus 4.6 in OpenClaw. For what, the API? I'm thinking about getting a max sub for my coding project. Should I go all in, or should I get an API key and let OpenClaw message the Claude code CLI? I'm thinking about getting a max up for my coding project. Should I go all in, or should I get an API key and let OpenClaw? If you're doing a coding project, like a hardcore consumer-facing one, SRV02, you have to get the Claude Code subscription and use Claude Code. OpenClaw is great for vibe coding, but if you're doing like a hardcore app, consumer facing, just use Claude Code and use the subscription. OpenClaw is better for building quick prototypes and building out tooling for your agents. That's what I vibe code with OpenClaw for. But if you're building like a serious consumer app that you want to release and make money off of, use Claude Code, buy the subscription. Love Boston. That's what I love Boston, but man, I could not wait to get out of it. Could not wait to get out of it. Love Boston. Works with the auth token. So am I on what's the context window we currently have with the Opus model right now? Am I at 1 million? Am I at 1 million? The other issue with the 1 million context window, though, OpenClaw, though, is like you're going to be using up way more tokens. Right? You fill up that 1 million context window, you're paying a lot per prompt. You got money out the wazoo. That's fine, though. I'm just saying, for a lot of people worried about price, you might not want to switch to Milli. I got 200K context window. I'm fine with it. I've had no issue with 200K. Slash status. Model Anthropic 4.6, 200K. I'm at 200K. Boston Equinox is rock. I didn't have money back when I lived in Boston, so I didn't know what the Equinox. I was at what's it called? What's the cheap $20 gym they had there in Boston? The one they have all over the city. I didn't have money when I was in Boston. I didn't get a positive net worth until I moved to New York. Not that New York's cheaper or something. I just finally paid off my debts when I moved to New York. My 200K, not Planet Fitness. They have one in Boston. It's like the something fitness club, Boston Fitness Club, something like that. Stay out of the showers at Boston Equinox. Boston Sports Club. I was at the BSC, the Boston Sports Club. Paying like what, $40 a month? I'm sure it's like $200 a month for it. Gold's Gym, nah, it's too hardcore for me. Building consumer apps. Should I swap to Claude Code to build the backend? No experience coding, contract looming. Yeah, use Claude Code for that. Especially if you got contracts dependent on it. Use Claude Code for any sort of hardcore coding. Hey, by the way, I'm planning on buying an M4 Mac Mini, 24 gigabyte RAM. Should I wait for M5 Mac Mini or just buy M4? I'd wait till M5. When OpenClaw just came out, I said, don't wait, just go. Just speed, velocity, go, 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 go. But at this point, I think you're getting the M5 in the next 2 months. And it's built for AI, the M5. It's so much faster with AI if you want to do local stuff. I'd say wait for them. I feel like we've hit the point where you wait for it. But get OpenClaw installed on something. Whatever you're messaging me right now on, get OpenClaw installed on that. You need to get it installed. But if you're going hardcore and doing local stuff, just wait for the M5. What is the best model for local on a 12 gigabyte dedicated GPU? I mean, you can run some small Qwen 3, like this mini Qwen 3.5 models. You're not going to get anything serious done with it, but I still think it's worth experimenting with. Get the one bigger than 24 gigabyte. I mean, like 42 or 48 is where you're going to be able to do some interesting things. Alec Finn, the guy to close the fridge. Is this Chungus? This is the type of message Chungus gives in the chat. Is this just Chungus on his alternate account? Then I do close the fridge with my hips. I close the fridge with my hips and I close the drawers with my hips. Apple just announced WWDC will be on June. I hope they invite me. Do you think Apple will invite me? I hope Apple, if you're watching this, you gonna invite me? Like, what up? You gonna invite me to WWDC this year? Like, your boy has sold like 19 million Mac Minis. You gonna invite me or what? They banned gas stoves in Boston. That's fucking they've banned gas stoves in California. I got a gas stove because I got grandfathered in, but all new buildings in California cannot have a gas stove. M5 MacBook Pro if we don't want to wait. No, I said this at the beginning. Do not. I think it's silly to max out a MacBook Pro. I just told Apple to invite me. Now I'm telling people not to buy their MacBook Pro. Get a MacBook Pro. MacBook Pro is the best laptop on planet Earth. There's no better laptop on planet Earth than a MacBook Pro. But I don't really get the people going out and spending $6,000 on like the 128 gigabyte MacBook Pro to run local models. That just doesn't make sense. Having a laptop as a mobile AI lab doesn't make sense. Just buy the base MacBook Pro. You'll get an incredible laptop. And then when the Mac Studio comes out, buy the expensive Mac Studio and just SSH in. Alex got the hip moves like Shakira. Okay. By the way, if you're a 90s baby, early 90s baby like me, right when Shakira was coming up and you're like 13 years old, whew, made you become an adult real quick. 13 years old and the Hips Don't Lie video comes out and you're a 13-year-old boy. It's like a spiritual bar mitzvah when that video comes out. You're an adult. Boom, you're an adult now. 13 years old, Hips Don't Lie comes out, boom, adulthood. Big updates from the new OpenClaw we went over. Oh my God, those were coming age moments. I mean, I was born in 1990. If you're born in 1990, there's some things that make you a spiritual adult. That music video, anytime Britney Spears performed at the VMAs, Hit Me Baby One More Time, there you go. Those were like, okay, I'm an adult now. Now I understand how life works. You see the video, okay, now I understand life. Do you think OpenClaw's worth using? I mean, OpenClaw's built for like enterprises. Just use OpenClaw. Am I unk? 10 euro that's euro, right? 10 euro donation from Jao Ferreira. Hey Alex, I'm building a 15 agent system for my dev agency. Which models would you use for orchestration versus coding versus QA at scale? Building 15 agent system for my dev agency. Which models would you use for orchestration? Use Claude for orchestration, Claude Opus. Use ChatGPT 9.4 for coding. And then use ChatGPT 5.4 for QA. Opus is the best orchestrator in the world. Best orchestrator in the world. Use that. There's your setup. Thank you for the 10 euro donations. Very kind to you. 69 child right here. You're born in 1969, Patrick. Keep it 100. You look good for 69. 1990 rules. Best time to be born ever. 1990. Best year to be born ever. When does the FinFam hoodie drop? Soon. Very soon. J-Lo. Man. For me, what made me a spiritual adult is Newgrounds. Man, Newgrounds. There'll never be another time, man. There will never be another time than the late 90s, early 2000s. It'll never happen again. It'll never. Being a 13-year-old in 2003, there'll never be a time like it again, man. Is Hermes worth yes, try it out. Always got to tinker and experiment. I've been using Hermes the last week. In some ways better than OpenClaw, in some ways worse. I'm still coming to my final judgment, but tinker with it. Oh, just spin up a new one. Can't hurt. Spin up a new one. Use it side by side with your OpenClaw, and you see what happens. When will you get tired of talking about OpenClaw, Alex? Listen, I get this reply sometimes on my YouTube videos where it's like, dude, all you talk about is OpenClaw. Why don't you talk about anything else? It's all you talk about. My full YouTube strategy and content strategy is pretty damn simple. It's talk about whatever I'm obsessed with. Talk about whatever tool has changed my life and I'm obsessed with. And so for the first year of this channel, all I talked about was Cursor. And then for the last 8 months, all I talked about was Claude Code. And now all I talk about is OpenClaw. I talk about whatever is the most powerful tool at the time, whatever I'm obsessed with. If I talk about things I'm not obsessed with, the content's not going to be good. If I just talk about things I don't care about because people in my audience say, hey, talk about other things, the content will suck and I'll lose my audience. I'm absolutely obsessed with OpenClaw. Absolutely obsessed. It's changed my life. It's changed my workflows. It's incredible. So I'm going to keep talking about it until a better tool comes out, which in a few months, a better tool might come out. I have no loyalty. If something comes out better today, I'll talk about it and switch fully to it. I have no loyalty. Vibe Coding Academy, when it came out, was all Claude Code stuff. Moment OpenClaw came out, listen, I want to stay humble, but listen. I talked about OpenClaw first. I was the first person talking about OpenClaw. I had the first video on YouTube about OpenClaw. I was talking about OpenClaw before it was a popular thing, right? So I'm not talking about things because it's popular. I'm talking about things because I'm obsessed with it. And if you're getting the biggest mistake people make when they go into content, YouTube, X, whatever it is they just look at what other people are doing and they copy it. That's the biggest mistake you can make, is if you're getting into content, seeing what other people are doing that works well and copying it. That's a stupid strategy. Like, there's this new thing on Twitter where everyone's like putting out tweets that have like reaction videos in it, like videos of like John Hamm in the club, like that reaction video, and we're going, whoa. And then reaction of like Ryan Gosling with his glasses on, just kind of in there and staring out. Like, every post on Twitter now is that, because everyone's just copying each other. Whatever is working, they just copy it. You will never become popular. You will never be successful if your strategy is to see what other people are doing and then copy it. That will never work, ever. Every person I see putting out a tweet with like the 6-second reaction videos in them, they all use the same hooks. They all have the same reaction videos. I'm mute, instantly mute. The only content strategy that works, the only one that will give you success long-term, the only one, is to find something you're obsessed with and then talk about it and use it as much as you can and tinker with it and be legitimately in love with it. That's the only way to be successful in content. There are too many people, they say, oh, that's working really well, I'm just going to do that. Oh, that's working really well, I'm just going to do that. Oh, everyone's talking about N8N, so I'm going to talk about N8N. Oh, everyone's talking about OpenClaw, I'm going to talk about OpenClaw. It doesn't work. And listen, it might pop. Like, it might pop for you. Like, you get like a video that does really well or a tweet that does really well. And like, you might get like a quick paycheck off like your ad revenue for a video or a tweet or a pay period or whatever. But long-term, it will never work. You'll never build a community. You'll never find people that love you. That's like kind of aggressive. It just long-term won't work. I didn't do the comments on stage. Long-term, it won't work. The only way to build a long-term strategy in content, which I think everyone should be doing content. Everyone should be doing content. Distribution is everything. You all should be tweeting. You all should be trying YouTube. You all should be trying newsletters or whatever. But the only way it works is if you find your own voice. You do your own thing. You find your own lane. You find what you're obsessed with. Right? Even if no one was talking about OpenClaw right now, I'd still be making OpenClaw videos because I'm obsessed with it. I use it all day. I find new things. I try new things. I experiment with new things. And then I talk about it. And those are always my most successful posts. That's the only strategy. All the people copying every little thing doesn't work. Doesn't work. You can become a salesman as well. Well, I was in sales engineering for a while. I was a software developer my first 2 years out of college, and then I went into sales engineering. So I was doing all the code tech stuff, and I went into more of the sales side. Then I went in tech consulting. So I got the full thing. You gotta be well-rounded. You gotta practice all the skills. We are introverts, bro. You don't think I'm an introvert? I'm an introvert. Just because I talk loudly doesn't mean I'm an extrovert. I'm an introvert. What about if you have a face for radio? Dude, who's the most popular social media person on planet Earth right now? Mr. Beast has neither a face for YouTube or a voice for radio. There's nothing physically about Mr. Beast that would tell you he's built for content. No offense, Mr. Beast, if you're watching this, but you're kind of ugly. No offense. I'm just saying that to prove this guy's point here. It doesn't matter. How ugly you are doesn't matter. Bro, all your competition is a bunch of anonymous anime accounts on Twitter. That's your competition. You could be totally deformed in the face and you'll still win. I promise you. You look like Mr. Beast? I don't know, man. I don't think so. I mean, I'm not saying I'm the prettiest person on planet Earth, but Asmongold's the biggest streamer. Oh, yeah, dude. You think you're uglier than Asmongold? Shout out Asmongold, but no offense. Mr. Beast, like, come on. You're just making excuses. Oh, I can't do content because I'm ugly. Shut up. You're making excuses. That's like you have an advantage if you're ugly. If you're ugly, you have an advantage in content. Because that means you don't have to put even 1% of your mental cycles into how you look. You can just write it off and focus on content and being interesting. If you're hot, all the hot people, they worry about their looks way more than the ugly people. The hot people like, oh, I got to make sure my hair looks good. I got to make sure I dress good. I got to make sure everything looks good, right? Ugly people, they just turn on the camera. They don't care what they look like. They know they're ugly. So they're not going to worry about their clothes and their hair. You can just focus on making amazing content. You have an advantage if you're ugly. Ryan Gosling can't roll out of bed and then like look like shit. Because then people will talk about him. Mr. Beast, he can roll out of bed, go in his sweatpants and sweatshirt and do whatever the hell he wants. I can't do content because I'm an ass without meaning to be. I'm an ass without meaning to be. What does that mean? That's what Nano Banana is for, to make ugly people look good. It doesn't matter. Personality is better than looks, especially with AI now. I mean, Mr. Beast doesn't even have Mr. Beast, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. But like, you don't need to be the most exciting human being to do content. You don't need to be hot. You don't need to be exciting. Like, just say and do interesting things. That's all you need to do. Fear is what is holding people back from doing those actions if they care what others look. If you have a limited budget, what is your opinion? Minimax works fine. Limited budget, Minimax is fine. Don't let people talk down to you, buddy. Nothing wrong with your looks. You motivated me to set up a great working OpenClaw's system. They weren't calling me ugly. Christian roast. No one called me ugly. The commenter said, "Oh, he said he's too ugly for content." Now you just called me ugly for no reason. No one was calling me ugly. You were the first person to call me ugly out of all this, Christian. Screw you, buddy. We weren't talking about me. Then you just wrote me into this. They compared you to Mr. Beast. I took that as a hot version of Mr. Beast. I didn't take that as, oh, you're as ugly as Mr. Beast. Please don't listen to the haters. You're not that ugly. We weren't talking about me. This isn't about me. Don't bring me into this. All while Christian was trying to be nice, probably. Yeah, why is everyone trying to be nice? Would you share your agent MD for Henry for extra insights on creating a good brain agent? Maybe. I don't love the idea of yo, please don't worry about these haters, man. You look fine. Stop talking about me. I don't love the idea of like sharing my agent.md and open sourcing my mission control, because I think people should customize their shit for themselves. Like, not that like if you want to copy me, fine, but like I feel like people should be building their own agent and building their own mission controls so it's custom for what they're doing. Like I don't know if like you just copy me. Like you're not getting the OpenClaw experience, you know? Why gatekeep mission control? Are you releasing it for public consumer? I'm not going to ever sell my mission control. If I release my mission control, it'll be open source. I'm not gatekeeping it. My point being is mission control is a place for your own custom tools. If you just copy me, that just takes away the point of mission control. You got to make your own. You got to make it so it's custom for your workflows. No one has the same workflow as me. You got to be making your own workflows. That's why I'm not gatekeeping it. I'm happy to release it, but the only reason I don't is I feel like people should go through the exercise of building their own. Do you take any supplements daily? The only supplement I've tried every supplement on planet Earth. I'm gonna be honest with you, none of them do anything for me. The only two supplements that have ever done anything for me is creatine, which, yeah, my workouts were a little bit better, but I never had like a normal night of sleep on them. So I stopped taking that. Wildly overrated. Creatine, wildly overrated. I am convinced like big creatine's paying influencers on X to talk about creatine. I am convinced. I do think there is a conspiracy that like creatine providers are paying influencers to talk about creatine, because no one was talking about creatine 5 years ago. Now everyone's talking about creatine on X. Shut the fuck up on creatine. The only supplement I take is fiber, because constipation, and fiber fixes it. The only issue is when I stop taking the fiber, I have like whiplash, where then I'm like extra constipated. But was that TMI? I'm sorry. Was that TMI? Sorry. I just don't think, I think there's been such an obsession with supplements over the last couple of years, because like people are like bored and they're like trying to take shortcuts. I think supplements for a large part are like shortcuts. I don't know. I just raw dogging life. I'm just raw dogging life. I don't do supplements. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I just raw dog life, baby. I want life at its rawest, closest to the metal. You know what I'm saying? Like, no abstractions. I want the assembly language of life, you know? Jacob McLean, $10 donation. So is it okay to have everything on my personal computer? I'm super new, but to my understanding, OpenClaw doesn't have access to my personal files unless I give it to that workflow. Yeah, I do everything on my personal computer. Everything's on the personal computer. I give it access to everything. Who gives a shit? What kind of mic are you using right now? I don't know. Sure. Whatever the Shure one. Ooh, almost knocked over my iPad. Sure. The Shure microphone. It's great. I guess. I don't know. You tell me. Is it great? This dude thinks the world is out to get him. Do I? I think that? I think the world's out to get me? Okay. I didn't know that. You look like you don't need supplements. Oh, thank you, I think. You should do a live DMT stream like Brian Johnson, the Amore. Listen, I respect Brian Johnson, but like anytime I try to optimize my life, I find like I'm way more stressed. Like anytime I try to like measure how much I sleep and like measure my macros and like make sure I'm eating the right amount of almonds and like get outside for 10 minutes right in the morning, I feel like the moment I try to start doing that in my life just becomes way more stressful and I'm way less happy. Like way less satisfied with my day when I'm like trying to optimize for everything. I just wake up and I try to be healthy. That's my entire health strategy. I wake up and I try to be balanced. That's all. Bro, haha, are you for real? Also, why are all these foos talking about Claude Code better than OpenClaw? I'm not trying to rebuild Claude Code. It says Jacob McLean, $5 donation. Thank you very much. Yeah, the people saying comparing Claude Code to OpenClaw are the biggest morons on planet Earth and are self-telling they have no idea what OpenClaw actually is. Yo, Alex, Henry's still using Claude OAuth? Tips on how not to get banned. Is Henry still using Claude OAuth? Man out here barebacking life. Giuseppe, did you change your profile picture midstream? You look better, man. I like that profile picture. Isn't OpenClaw just a vibe coding tool as well? I don't know. Isn't your mother just a vibe coding tool? Do you believe the earth is flat? No. Are you using Zapier for anything? Never have used Zapier for everything. Never will use Zapier for everything. Zapier is one of those tools like N8N that I never thought had any value and I always thought was overly complicated and stupid. Never will use N8N. Never will use Zapier. Can you explain the difference between MyClaw? I don't know what MyClaw is. What's MyClaw? Just use OpenClaw. What are we talking about here? This is the same guy who outright dismissed fasting. I dismiss fasting. I dismiss it. Alex, how about using windsurf? Jesus Christ, what are we doing here? Everyone, if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. I'm going to put out tomorrow, I think tomorrow, my video on local AI models in OpenClaw. So how to spin up and run local AI models, what computers you need, things like that. That's tomorrow. So turn on notifications for that. The best way to support this channel for free is whenever I post new videos, click on the notification, open it up, and watch it to the end and leave a like. That's the best way to support this channel for free. Best way to support this channel for paid, join the Vibe Coding Academy. Link down below, #1 AI community on planet Earth. Live boot camps every Friday where you can join in and ask me questions live. Full history of the 7 past boot camps you can watch. Full video series on OpenClaw and Claude Code. It's the best AI community on planet Earth. Click the link for that down below. Vibe Code Academy, click that for down below. We live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So set on notifications for that. Subscribe, turn notifications. Hey, man, love your work. Learned a ton from watching your videos. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Danny. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. I truly, it means the world that you guys would come in here and spend 2 hours with me 3 days a week and just hang out and ask questions and talk AI and talk OpenClaw. Means the world. I hope this is helpful. I hope you learned something. Truly appreciate it. Means the world. I try to make it entertaining. I try to make it I want you to be educated and entertaining at the same time. I don't do sponsorships here with tool like Hostinger. We don't do Hostinger sponsorships. We don't partner with crappy tools. I don't monetize these. I don't have ads on these. We don't do the ads. I just want a place for you guys to hang out and have fun. Hang out, have fun. No ads popping up left and right. We just sit here and we have fun. So I hope you guys are having fun with it. Just want a place for I do this for the fun of it. These live streams. We hang out, we talk. There's no ads, commercials. We hang out. You ask questions. I make fun of some people. I freak out. I get angry. It is what it is. It's Monday. Start off the week right. Get something done today. Move the ball forward. Move the ball forward. It's Monday. Just move the ball forward today. That's your only goal. Move the ball forward 1%. If you can move it forward just 1%. Alex, napping increases brain size. I don't nap. I don't sleep enough. That's a weakness. I don't sleep enough. Appreciate you all. Thank you for joining and watching. We'll be back Wednesday, 11 a.m. Pacific. Vibe Code Academy, link down below. I look forward to hanging out 3 times a week. Alex in this chat. Have a good one. See you Wednesday. Gnawclaw, you've been great in the chat today, Gnawclaw. I appreciate you, Gnawclaw. You've been great in the chat today. I love these streams. Learned so much. Vinicius RTG. Appreciate that. Means a lot. Is that a new plant on the bookshelf? Yeah, we added the plant. That's an anthropology plant. We just added it over the weekend. Vinicius, if I don't follow you on X, let me know. I want to follow you on X. I love little comments like that. I love these streams. I wake up, do 2 hours of streaming. I'm glad that's bringing value to people. Best value computer runs strong LLM. Probably the, what's it called? I don't know, man. Ask me at the beginning of the next stream rather than the end of the stream. My brain's cooked. My brain's cooked. Love y'all. Means the world. Means more than you can imagine. You sit here for 2 hours and listen to me rant. Hope you learned something. Hope you laughed once. I don't know. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you did. Hope you laughed once. If you did, then my job is done. Is that Dark Twisted Fantasy on your shelf? Yes. Best album of all time. Greatest album ever created. #1. Best album, favorite graphic novel. Watchmen. I'm going to see Kanye next week. Is that your grandpa's clock on the shelf? Yes, it is. He gave me 2 clocks when he passed. He was a clock collector, my grandpa. He had many, many, many super valuable clocks from a long time ago. That was one of them. We also have this big wall clock. He gave me these 2. Everyone in the family got a couple clocks when he moved on. We all got a couple clocks. I like this clock. It's a nice clock. Something about it doesn't. It's not even running. I just like the way it looks. I could make it run and do the thing, but I just like the way it looks. Always a fun ride. My OpenClaw's is going to be better than yours, and I'm done engineering. All right, I love it, Glenn Walsh. All right, love you all. Wednesday, 11 a.m. Pacific. Means the world you'd watch. I'll see you then. Turn on notifications, I think.